diggity. Alright. I know that you think that you can't do it. You can't make it through what you're struggling with right now. 3 years ago, I was doing videos trying to convince you of the very same thing, and all of the reasons that I would never, could never make it myself. Yet I'm here. So I did. Which means you can too. These struggles that we think we can't overcome are opportunities for our growth to carve us into becoming the powerful beings that we really are. And I understand that you don't believe it. And I understand that we may be looking at the same thing but seeing two totally different things. And we're all on our own path. It's not to be compared to one another, or better or worse. And I really believe that's why one of the reasons that people should understand astrology, because it's essentially your syllabus in entering this Earth School. So you can be more aware of certain challenges and how you may be affected by certain transits and certain lessons, what you're actually dealing with in your life, instead of resisting it like most of us do. But resisting it, denying it, ignoring it, repressing it isn't gonna make it go away, nor is it gonna give you what you want. And people always have choices, and most people choose the path of least resistance. But this path of least resistance is technically temporary, because it will catch up with you. Nature, you can't cheat nature. Not with pills, not with alcohol, not with your mind, not with any delusion you may have in your mind from whatever book you read or whatever radio show you listened to or whatever your parents, teachers, or pastors or politicians told you. It really... I'm often amazed at how hard it is to get people sometimes to go to nature. And it's unfortunate that we have been really scared of it. And, again, society, we're afraid of the sun, we're afraid of the chemtrails, we're afraid of the poison air, we're afraid of the acid rain, we're afraid of the poisoned soil, we're afraid of the poisoned water, we're afraid of the bears in the forest. And then don't forget, of course, there's a rapist in every bush, everywhere you go, right? Of course, because, we watch the news. And we become so disconnected from our true nature that we really believe that we can't overcome these things in our path. But do you see anyone in nature, like, the bird, like, oh no, I can't do that, or the coyote, or like anyone, the tree, the rock, they get her done. And so can we. But we have to remove the limitations of our own mind. That really is all it boils down to. And it's not to say that you made it up or you created it. You certainly didn't. You've had super tough teachers, because this is a pretty tough school, this earth here, okay? So as part of your choices, you can waste time like being mad at these teachers who hurt you and want to get revenge or this or that, or get your things back, or get, whatever it is that you want retribution or whatever for. Or you can thank that teacher assess what that lesson was about, and I'm pretty darn sure that they're all geared towards your own self-empowerment. So when when we give into wanting to get them back or whatever, as opposed to getting out and healing ourselves and why we are repeatedly in those situations, then we become petrified. And I'm actually driving through the petrified forest right now in Washington. Yeah, but the human experience, do you want to just be a rock and just sit there and have everything happen to you? Or do you want to actually find out why you're even here? Life is hard. Don't deny that. And you must feel it. And with all those stuck emotions, like many of you I talk to, you're like, oh, well, I can't trust my intuition, or I always go against it, or this and that. But that's because you've deadened your senses from exogenous influences, outside forces, like the entities in the pills, the alcohol, the GMO foods, the negative thoughts, the toxic parasites that you allow in your space and justify. Yeah, but you have to cleanse that. Not just your pineal gland, your pituitary, all of it. Body, mind, spirit, it all works together. It doesn't matter how many detox cleanses you go on. If you're still hanging out with parasites, you got parasites. And you can't be like, oh, what do I take for parasites? Okay, again, or anything. People are always asked, what do I take for this? What do I take for that? You need to ask, what do I need to take away? What am I doing that's causing it? Okay, so parasites, for example, that question came up today. If you think you're just gonna take some DE and all your parasites are gonna magically go away, no, as within, so without. Okay, you're experiencing parasites inside. Why? It's a reflection of what's going on and everything, and back and forth. Okay, and this is not to do one of those like spiritual shame blame, like, oh, because you're a parasite, you only attract what you are. Bullshit. That's not true at all. Parasites know who you are, and they know that you don't believe in yourself yet. So technically, they're doing you a favor by trying to suck away that dead weight, right? And chip away. And each time you ignore that lesson, it's going to get harder and harder and harder, okay? Believe you me. But when you do it, you have freedom, real freedom, on the other side. And it's worth the years of struggle and not knowing, and I can't do it, and I'll never make it, and the world hates me, and I hate me, and this sucks. I'm telling you, it was worth it. It was worth losing everything. Was it not replaced? You can only have replaced that which you are willing to let go. Think about that. The things that you hold on so tightly to, well, keep it, right? The universe ain't gonna argue with you. Keep it. You want a shitty dead end, whatever you're miserable with right now? Keep it. Nobody's gonna rescue you. And the universe isn't gonna just send you an angel or some Prince Charming or this and that. You are your own angel, demon, Prince Charming, whatever. Yep, shaman. Yep. I know you think you can't do it, and you know what? You need to keep feeling that. But it's also not true. Why do you need to keep feeling all those emotions? You have to clean the guck out, okay? Holding on to it is going to explode somewhere. Physical illnesses, heart attack, whatever. I don't even want to go there. Super extreme situations, brain infections, strokes, you know, seizures, okay? So really, the only thing on earth worth fighting for is your own path, your own soul, your own heart's desire. Only, that's it. Everything else is a teacher. Everything else is literally there to turn you into the greatest version of you. A version of you that you don't even know is possible. Why? Because due to societal conditioning, you have been taught that you need someone to rescue you. You're not good enough. And it's not your fault, okay? It's not your negative thinking or any of that. But now that you know there's blame versus responsibility, now that you know, what are you going to do? Baby steps, okay? Just one step at a time. You didn't become, the petrified wood didn't happen overnight. And neither did we. And neither did our healing. It's going to be the toughest thing you've ever done in your life, and everyone's going to turn against you until you stop turning against you. And in most cases, these people do need to go because they're really just placeholders in the matrix to try to convince you that you're crazy and no, you can't follow your heart. That's weird. Be like everybody else. You gotta be normal. You gotta, you know, or yeah. What do you think life's about? To live for what other people think you should do, or to really get out there and touch it and taste it and feel it and experience it and cry it and scream it and love it, smell it, everything, like. I know you think you can't, and I thought that too, but I did, and so will you. Have a good day.